And welcome to the Writer's Life, the place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life. Where I get the truth about the writer's life. Not sure if you can hear it, but there's construction going on downstairs. It's fucking loud. But it doesn't bother me at all because I used to do that for a living. I'm hearing hammer drills and all sorts of crap. I can sleep through that stuff. I did it for so long. But I think other people in this apartment building are like getting pissed. But anyway, to me, it's normal. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and punch the like button and hit that bell or tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one exciting video. So living the life, right? That's what it's all about. Why did I become a writer? Well, not just because I knew that deep down inside, that's what I wanted to do with my life, no matter what it took. It was like a priestly calling for me. And I know that sounds like bizarre to all you people who work in an office and punch the time clock and all that sort of stuff. And I do not begrudge you. You might have a family to take care of and all those things. And nothing wrong with stability. Nothing wrong with the 9 to 5 thing, if that's what you have to do and maybe want to do or whatever. Maybe you own your own business and you're your own boss and all those things. So I don't begrudge anybody. And I don't take, whatever makes you happy, I'm happy for you. For me, however, it was different because I was going to inherit this big business and I just could see the future and I did not like it. And I've told you this a 1,000 times. And speaking of construction, it was a construction business. Not that I don't love like archaeology and biblical archaeology and architectural design and things like that, because there's an art to it and there's a culture to it and there's a history to it. But being like a project manager and what was it? I don't even want to remember. Anyway, like going over blueprints and stuff. Estimator. That's what I'm looking for. Estimator. I can't even say it. I hated it so much. That to me was like I couldn't stand it. So, I wanted to emulate my heroes. Like the Hemingways and whoever who saw the world and wrote their books and supported themselves with their words and could do whatever they wanted to do whenever the hell they wanted to do it, for the most part. Living the life, and I believe I'm living the life. And I believe a bunch of my friends are also living the life. A bunch of my writer friends. Not that I have that many, but, the few that I do have, they do pretty much what they want when they want. Because have computer, can travel. So, oftentimes we find ourselves saying, like, when am I finally going to get to that place where, like, I've made it? Like, I've finally fucking made it, and I'm living the life. Well, I realized recently that I have reached that point. I've made it. Like I'm not talking about the awards. I'm not talking about selling all those books. I'm not talking about all those contracts. I'm not talking about the nice advance I got this month. I'm not talking about the royalties I'll get in a week or 2 weeks. I'm not talking about the nuts and bolts of it. I'm talking about the actual living life. Have I sacrificed? Yes. I don't have a steady relationship. Who the fuck's going to live with me the way I live? I know of one person who would, but it's a little complicated right now. And that's fine. It's not like I'm going to, hopefully not, I'm not going to go outside and get hit by a bus today, but if I do, I'll go happy. But anyway, but I realized like I am and people will say that to me. They're like, Vin, you lived a life. Like, Vin, I wish I had your life. Vin, I wish I was doing what you do. Or, like, God, you're so lucky, like, and some people will want to come and meet up with me or whatever. And sometimes that's fine. But for the most part, it's not, because not only am I living a life, but I'm really selfish about it. And I hate to have to admit it, but I am, because almost every minute of my day is packed. And like, I even have friends over here who will say like, "Oh, come to dinner." Do you know how many times I've like canceled dinner on friends, and like I'm surprised they still talk to me. Um, or my friend Francesco will be like, "Oh, let's take the afternoon off and go here, or whatever," and I'll be like, "I'm here to work." So, and but he's busy too, and he knows me by now, and he's just like, Vin is Vin, and that, whatever. But it's important to me to be able to write for a living, go where I want to go when I want to go there, and do what I want to do when I want to do it within reason, of course. Some of this stuff costs money, and I don't always have the money for it. So when that situation strikes or occurs, then I do what I want to do when I want to do it, like from my home base, you know, which isn't bad, right? That's still pretty cool. And because I will go through periods where I'm like, oh, I gotta like pay bills. So like people will ask me like, where are you going next? And I'll be like, I'm in bill paying mode. And they get it. They totally get it. I'm like, I'm in bill paying mode. Ask me in 3 months, you know. And that's a typical type thing, for anybody who does what I do. Um, and again, there are writers who make much more money than I make. Excuse me. The dust is coming up. And I know what that's like, all that construction dust. And there are writers who do a lot worse than me financially and have to have a job or whatever, or a part time job. But even they probably consider themselves living a better life than the normal average, say, accountant who has to go to the office and crunch numbers. And no offense to any of my fans who are accountants. That is a noble profession. I find it boring as fuck, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean, I shouldn't say that. Accounting is cool. What's cool? Accounting. Damn straight. All right. So anyway, living the life. There's nothing better. Right now, I feel like going out for a long walk. I'll go back. I'll come back, maybe grab a beer, come back, finish up some work, then go out, have a prosecco, plan a great dinner. Living the life. All right. I will talk to you guys on a Saturday. Damani. Ciao, ciao.